What's up, everyone? I haven't really seen anybody speak about this, even though there's a lot of videos showing the predatory payments, the payment system that DCUO is kind of pushing right now. Um, I don't know what's going on in this chat. I was reading the show chat just now, but what you got to realize now is, well, I'm going to bring a different perspective. Now, a lot of people don't realize how bad the game actually is, especially if you're now playing the game and you're free to play. Now, this is a free to play account. Now, let's say that I'm starting the game and I'm struggling. Let's say I'm around level 20 to level 30, or maybe just past level 30, and I'm trying to get into content. Now, if I want to make a group, right, this is me as a free to play player, a new player. I don't have friends that invited me to the game. I just came onto the game. Now, this is me. So if you message in LFG chat, these are the amount of times you can message in LFG chat. Every interval, every 86,400 seconds. All right? This is how it is. So if I want to message global, if I want to message LFG, if I want to message trade chat, I have to wait every 5 messages. I have to wait 8 to 6,400 seconds before I can message again. That's what free to play players has to deal with. So imagine you logging on and you know what the usual end game players do. We just go, looking for group for this, need a healer for this. You cannot do that as a free to play. If you get the first 2 groups, you're done for the day. You can't use LFG after that. You have to make sure that when you use your messages, that your message is used responsibly in the most efficient manner possible. Because if it's not, you're cooked. That's how it is. That's just the texting system as a free to play player, right? The people who brag about, I have not spent money in the game are lying. Because realistically, they would not be wasting messages talking shit in LFG chat about how the game is free. You just have an option to buy stuff to get it faster, are bullshitting because they cannot text. How are you messaging me, bro? It means that you have minimum spend $5 in the game. You're not supposed to be messaging me if you're actually free to play. You spent money in the game. You can't speak to me. You don't know the real struggles of an actual free to play player. The game is not free to play. Right? That's just my first point. My second point is that even though they now have the dailies, they now have the daily rewards and things of that nature, where it can assist you, right? Do bear in mind that we're free to play, so we would never be getting the bottom, right? We're only going to be getting the top. So it's going to assist you for sure. This is definitely going to be helping the free to play players a lot more than before, right? This daily system, how they implemented it. But let's be real. It's still going to take free to play players years without spending money. It's going to take them years to get artifacts to 200. I'm not speaking months. I'm speaking years. Based off of the fact no free-to-play player can AFK farm. No free-to-play player is going to be AFK farming every day of every hour on the game. All right, that's an addict. That's somebody who actually try hard at this game. People who are actually free-to-play, even if they do want to go down that route to AFK farm every single moment of the day, like soon as the game comes off, they log back in on the game and they AFK farm right away just to get their XP. They're just gonna be spending about 30 days doing that shit. Cut it down with the dailies, maybe it's gonna be cut down to 28 days. Cha, happy, boohoo. So you get your first 200 artifacts in like 28 days, damn near a month. And then you gotta do it again. And then you gotta do it again. Then you gotta do it again. 5 times. That's 5 months. Excluding the amount of money you have to spend on Destiny tokens, the amount of money you gotta spend on Catalyst, right? That's excluding your allies. I mean, your allies can be semi-farm the same time as the artifact, but they both use source marks, right? So if you're only going to be focusing on this for 5 months, you have no fucking allies. You have no allies in the game. Let's just keep it real. Unless you're getting lucky with the drops and you get a legendary token here, a legendary token there, your allies are garbage, right? You already spent 5 months of actual playtime, 5 months of playtime, not 5 months of on and off playing. 5 months of straight playtime. That's hours and hours. That's basically dedicated. That's a hardcore gamer right there. Like you hardcore gaming this game and you now touching 200 arts? What? You don't have allies, you don't have the augments, and you already touching like next level gaming hours and you're basically garbage still? What? Right? That's just the beginning, right? All right, I'm getting a little too antsy, but that's just the beginning. Now imagine dealing with this inventory space. As you can see, I'm a free to play player. My inventory slots are bad, to say the least. You do not, as an end game player, you do not have the inventory space to do nothing. This cannot carry you through no content. In terms of farming, in terms of trying to get XP up and stuff, this is not cutting it. In terms of getting, you can't be maxed. If you want to be maxed in as a free to play player, a genuine free to play player, it's not possible. One, because unless you're running like 7 accounts, even yeah, you need to run 7 accounts as a free to play. You cannot have one account. You need to be try harding your ass off to really be a free to play player. You need a bank account and a genuine tune just as a bank because you don't have inventory for nothing. You're gonna need like 3 to 4 tunes that are just there for bank. You're gonna need. I don't even know how you're gonna be holding your face and I don't even know how you're going to even be holding your equipment inside of your inventory. But if you somehow manage to squeeze this you're in your bank and your shared bank and on one tune to be holding all your equipment and all your booze and all your good stuff, your trinkets and stuff that you will have to probably be deleting. The stuff that you farm to craft items, you'll probably have to, even if you have them on your bank tune, there's some stuff that you can't trade, my G. You're gonna have to delete that shit, right? Even if you're trying to sell, you can only cap at 550 to K. I believe it's 50K now, right? I didn't check. But even if you do try to make some money in the game by selling items and trying to get back some money to buy some iconics and stuff, because let's be real, if you do not have iconics, you're ass at this game, right? You're not relevant in the game. You're not going to be doing no damage. You're not going to be doing anything, especially since you're already going to be down allies, down arts, down gear, and you don't have iconics. Come on. You're basically a bum. No, the cash is at 50K. You cannot buy anything with 50K. You can't buy nothing of consistent value. So it means it's going to be harder to get feats such as emblems, because a lot of the emblem feats are very easy to get once you have access to a certain amount of cash, right? You can go in the broker, you can get some emblem feats, some style feats. That is not accessible for free to play players. So free to play players actually have to grind and actually have to really work on the RNG to get the style feats, right? So free to play players have it so bad. People in this game have no idea. Free to play players could never be a new player. That has to be a player that has been playing this game since birth. 12 years, 10 years, 14 years. That's the only time a free to play player will ever be able to actually have any kind of substance in the game. And even then, they're not supposed to be messaging me. You're supposed to know you have that 5 limit, bro. Calm down. Don't message me. You're not supposed to be saying in LFG chat that you did everything as a free to play and that you didn't have to spend a dime on the game. You liar. You know you did. How are you messaging in LFG chat? You got that 86. If I see you message back to back, we know you're not free to play. You spent at least $5 in the game, and nobody would shame you for that. The game is that bad. Because I know if I was free to play, I would at least buy inventory. If anything, I would buy inventory. But a lot of people like to claim that a free to play player is a player who don't buy membership. So they in the LFG chat believe that if I do not buy membership, I'm a free to play. And then there's going to be people like this guy in the game. Like, sincerely though, peace to all who simply want to enjoy a game and actually play it without begging for sure. What fucking shortcuts? What shortcuts is he talking? Anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. That's a different story for another time, right? The second problem is the iconics. Now, do bear in mind if you're now starting as a free to play, you're going to be missing a lot of iconics, and as a free to play, you're never getting them, right? Unless you're lucky and you get unless you're logging on every day, because you need to be very consistent as a free to play. Where's this stuff thing? Unless you're logging on every day and you're getting stuff like these, right? Which you can only pick one, by the way. Don't act like all this stuff is giving you, like they're gonna give you everything. You're picking one of these two. You're getting one, and all of these stuff are gonna be off and in and out of meta. So as a free to play player, you will always be off meta because meta changes in DC every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, meta changes unless you're water. For some reason, water's just been cooking for a good amount of time with no repercussions whatsoever. They've just been flaming people. But meta changes every 2 weeks in terms of artifacts. So you need to run a different artifact in the next 2 weeks. That's gonna take you in next month. If you're AFK farming every day, excluding your source marks is gonna take, excluding the time it's gonna take to get those source marks. Because you're free to play, you're not buying that shit. Right? Yeah. And if there's new allies, still gotta get that. Augments, still gotta get that because there's gonna be 4 augments. As a free to play player, 4 augments, 5 artifacts. And if you're getting the soda cola, then you have the what do you call it? The OP items. So you know for a fact you need to run 7 accounts. 3 is banks, 4 is genuine accounts. Every day, AFK farm for every day. You gotta be living on this game. You gotta be have no job type shit to be a free to play. You have to have no job. And even then you're still gonna be a mid-tier player. You're never gonna be an end game player because you're never gonna be able to max out everything as a free to play player. Not until 12 years later. 12 years gives a fuck. New metal, new shit. After you finally max out your 12-year shit, they've given us enough material to fuck you over 10 more times. You're never going to be able to reach the status of an end game because it's always going to change. You're going to be mid regardless. That's just me though. Fuck DC.